Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel to another episode of Darkfire Heroes, and in today's video we want to deeply look at Niena. In this video we will talk about her base stats, the skills she has, how you should level up them the best way, which gear you can apply to her, and why she is so extremely powerful at different modes. So thank you guys for tuning in, really appreciate it, and if someone else is new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for free to my channel. Let's start with it, and first of all, let's have a look at Niena's base stats. Niena is a damage dealer, an archer from the steppes of Karovia. She's an excellent marksman, strong versus small groups of enemies. That's her background story, and that's totally true, as she is causing insane amount of damage against medium-sized groups of enemies. Right now I got her at level 13 with 1900 cards over, so there's huge potential to level up her. With a power of 3877, she's quite good from the element Earth, and she is a common hero. Coming to her base stats, and she got 368 health points together with 138 defense and 23 protection. So if you compare the values, she's quite good against physical damage, but very weak against magical damage. And yeah, I could put some gear to her to make her a little bit more balanced. As you already can see, the defense is quite high boosted and the protection is only a little boosted, but that is okay as she is a damage dealer and staying in the back line. The damage is right now 46 boosted by plus 79, and her crit chance is 5%, the critical damage 100%. He's causing physical damage and got the range of 620 with an attack speed of 1.7 seconds. She's available in the game directly from the start, no levels needed. And if you already could see, the base damage is quite low, but she already got, or also got, a really low attack speed, so that she can even cause quite a good amount of damage. But at level 10 her damage per second would be 21.76, and with that said, comparing to the other damage dealers, she's the 4th weakest out of 29 damage dealers in the game, and that is quite low. But her power comes with her hero power. Her hero power is called Rain of Arrows. Shoots a volley of arrows that damage 5 enemies inside her target area. And that is crazy, because these 5 enemies can be boosted up to 8 enemies with her skills. And that is really, really nice. The damage is caused in a circle, so that means all the enemies staying inside of that little circle getting damaged by 3 hits, or 3 arrows one after another, in a really fast way. So she is causing the damage faster than Leers and causing to more enemies compared to Leers. The targets right now are 6, as I already said, it's boosted. The radius of the circle is medium, and she is causing as a base value 41 damage per hit, and it's physical damage as well. So as you already could see, her base damage was boosted, so for sure the damage of the hero power will be boosted as well. Coming now to the 4 skills, and the 4 skills are really, really nice. The first one, I may leveled it a little bit one time too much, but we will talk about it later on. The first one is called Opportunist Shot. The moment an enemy is frozen, Niena takes a free shot, added 1 second cooldown. So whenever you freeze an enemy with freezing spell or some hero powers, she takes aim and shoots another shot. On level 2 with a damage of 69 and a short knockback. Up to 115 it is okay, but it's not the core functionality of that hero. That's why this skill should not be leveled 2 max, but we will come to that later on. Second one is called Focus, and it's bonus to the auto attack damage. Sad that it's boosting by a flat value, not a percentage. So at the beginning this skill is really nice. If we compare it to her base stats with 46, it would add plus 15. That is quite high, but we need to see on the upper levels. I'm not sure if it will get increased or if it stays the same, but if it stays the same later on, it will be yeah, it will not be that much. So I think it will stay the same. But as we know from some heroes, for example the Healer of Aul, the skill increases with leveling up her so you may know it and can write it in the comment section. But with that, on the actual status, that's 1 of a third more to her base damage. If it does not increase, it will be better in the early game. If it increases, it will stay quite the same. But it's definitely worth to level up, as she is a damage dealer, and everything what's boosting her damage is really nice and makes her even more versatile in the game. The third skill is called Extra Fort. If Niena kills an enemy with an auto attack, Niena gains charge cooldown 1.5 seconds. And that's really nice, as she has 1.7 attack speed, so this power or this skill counts for the auto attack. So the cooldown is even not necessary, because she is attacking with normal standard situation a little bit slower than the cooldown is. So whenever she kills an enemy, she gains charge. And with that low attack speed, the charge gain is quite often happening. Right now it's only 10%, later on it will be 30%. That's incredibly good, because she will have the ultimate power really often ready to use, and that is really helpful. And coming now to the fourth skill, as you know, unleashed at level 10. Extra arrows. Niena's arrow rain hits 1 extra enemy per rank of extra arrows. 6 arrows, 7 arrows, or 8 arrows. That's what I described before. Hitting to a maximum of 8 different enemies with 3 arrows. That's incredible. And that's said about her hero skills. We will see her soon in action, and after that we will look which skills to level up the first. At gear, she got 3 attack slots, 1 defense slot, and 1 magical slot. And later on we will look at the gear which you should apply to her to make the best out of it. Right now it will cost 1000 gold to level up her. So let's jump over to the campaign, where I want to use her. Not the best, but this level is quite okay, as she got boosted by +6 levels, so we can see her in action now. And that will be really nice. So let's start with it. Play 5 energy. And we can do the auto. We can go for the normal mode, but we can go for the double time here. Oh, our Call is taking quite a lot of damage, as the focus was on Call, not on our tank. So let's use her attack, and as you could see, a lot of enemies got hit by that. Okay, 2 times, maybe a little bit fast. The level is quite hard. So let's place the Myconid in the front. It's already over. And now a lot of enemies inside that area. And as you could see there, enemies got hit quite often. As I saw it, are these real 3 shots per hit? Need to check it. The slow-mo. Yeah, that's 3 arrows per shot. I was true. It looked like it would have been a little bit less there at the other attack, but 3 is correct. Sorry for the confusion, but it looked like it have been a little bit less. So now medium-sized group, that's perfectly, and it's 152 damage per arrow. That is incredible. That's 450 damage per enemy. If the enemy defense, as it is physical attack, is the same, for sure she takes less damage, or she causing less damage against enemies with a high defense. As you could see here now, only 48 damage, so she is especially strong against enemies with a low physical protection, and that damage is incredibly good. So that's already a nice taste with the +6 level, how she will be later on. And I will still use her. Let's cause some rage. Okay, only for the auto attacks. So that is really, really nice. Last wave coming in. Yeah, we can go again for some arrows. And as you can see, the backline, not a good protection or not a good defense against the physical attack. That's why the backline it takes so much damage. And that's really nice. If you know the levels and know which enemies are taking further damage against physical, just place her hero power on the enemies, and that's really, really insane. You can use the heal. The level is quite easy. It was only the hard mode, and I thought it was a good day, as it's a campaign event, to play that level. And luckily we get 35 cards of her, nearly close to the 2000. That's really, really nice. So that's how she is acting, and that is really, really nice. So now we should talk about her skills. And if you look at it, here you can see the rating for her. and how she, how good she is at every specific mode, and as well which skill you should max depending a little bit on the mode which you are playing in. So overall she got the S rating, and that is mainly caused by the race where she got the S+. For the campaign it's a B+, so she's still good to use, and she's really good, as you already could see, because of the quick charge time. Later on with the plus 30% per kill with her auto attack, it will be even better. At race, she is really good with an S+ rating, and she's really good if the enemy places golems behind you, as she can take them out all single-handedly and you can keep on running. So it's nice if you know the enemy has golems in her in his deck, her deck. You can use her hero power to clean that up fast and push forward the lane, and further on against these medium-sized enemies she's causing a lot of damage, and when you place her hero power to the enemies in front of the tower, she's causing good damage at the tower as well. At the castle, she is in the early game quite good to use, but the later the game is, so in mid and end game with higher levels, other heroes unlocked, the worse she will get there. That's why she got an C rating there. She can be better in the early game. At boss, she's doing a good amount of damage, and as for example last event where the enemy spawned quite a lot of smaller units, she's really good to use, as she will help out to kill these smaller units. And it happens often at the boss levels that you're focusing the boss and the smaller ones can attack the other heroes, and therefore her hero power is really nice to use. That's why she got an S rating there. At levels and waves, she got an A rating. Levels good, she's causing good damage. Fast charge quite the same as for the campaign, a little bit better. And at waves, she is really good, especially in the first levels, to clean the waves quite fast. But the later it gets, the harder it will be, as her hero power cannot critical hit. That's the only sad thing about her. She's really good, and just think about if the hero power can critical hit. That would be so overpowered. So how should you now skill her up? The first skill we talked about is when an enemy is frozen. That's why that at castle 2 or to level 2, as you quite often use their freezing spells to CC the enemy to shut them down, and that's why she's okay to level up the skill to 2. For all the other modes, the first skill only to level 1. Even you're using sometimes the freezing spell, that is not her main damage output, so it's not necessary to level up, and that was already my fault that I leveled up one further time. The other 3 skills are really good. The second one with the bonus to auto attack damage for every single mode, it's worth to level it up. The more damage you cause, the faster or the better you can complete the level or the race or whatever. The extra effort, where she gains charge, is really nice to use as well. At castle, she's not killing that much enemies. Sometimes she might be lucky to kill the enemy auto spawns of the minions, but it will not help that much. That's why there is not necessary to level up that skill for that mode. And the last skill, the extra charges which get hit for every mode, it is really good to use, as she's causing much more damage, up to 8 heroes. So she is a beast, and nearly every skill of her is nice to level up. So the efficient skill map, which things should you level up in the most efficient way? And it's 1, 3, 3, 3. And for sure at the early game, as earthy senses are quite rare because of Auto and Aul, you can go for a smaller level up, or for a later level up of maybe the extra fort, but especially extra arrows for a hero power are really good. And with the combination of the 3rd and 4th skill, she gets her hero power faster, she hits more enemies with the hero power. It's definitely worth to level up the 2nd, 3rd and 4th skill to the maximum. So that's it about her skills. Now, last point, let's come back to the game and have a look at the items. And the items, that's a really good question. I'm not playing her in a crit way, so that's an option as well, to apply critical chance and critical damage. But with her base, low base attack, a percentage increase in critical power will not be that helpful, especially because her hero power is not causing a critical hit. That's why I went full for damage. And as you can see, 2 times the Troll's Bane ring together with Blood Goblet on maximum level, that's already 130% extra damage, plus 15% from the Fire Pendant and Scroll of the Moon plus 5%. That's a total of plus 150% damage boost, and you all saw that with the hero power how much damage that is causing. So the Troll's Bane definitely worth to go for her, but you got some other really nice damage items which you can use. For the early game Berserker's Blood is really good as well for sure, but the percentage increase to her hero power, it's what she makes really powerful. That's why I applied these items to her. Defense slot at the beginning can be as well a Cloak of Swiftness, but it will not help you that much. I would go for the coin with boosting the damage a little bit, Coin of Norland. And for the magical slot, you can go for the critical chance at the beginning, but I would further choose something else. What is a nice further aspect, if you boost her critical, she has quite a low attack speed. May go for it as well, but I cannot recommend that. But we will look at that in the future as well. So that's about the items, and now it's your turn, guys. What are your opinions about Niena? I really like her, especially because she's a common hero and really nice to use in most of the modes, and I'm switching her quite often with Leers, depending on the group of enemies. If there are less enemies but more much tougher ones, I use Lures. If there are larger groups of enemies, I'm using Niena. So that's it about today's video. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If yes, don't forget to like it, and we will see us again in tomorrow's video about Darkfire Heroes.